One of the biggest troubles or challenges many creators make when it comes to their services is coming up with a final price for a specific project. Now, unless you sell packages where you do the exact same thing or nearly the same thing for every client, like for example, content creation of X number of videos per month, coming up with pricing for a project is far from black and white. It has so much to do with whether or not the client sees the value in you producing work for them, your negotiation skills, your own money mindset beliefs, and your self-worth, which can either excite you or hold you back in creating more money to run your business and live your best life without burning out. Which is why today I'm going to go over a project that I did recently and tell you all the deliverables, the usage, what was involved, and how many hours it all took for me to complete, for you to then determine what you would charge by letting me know in the comments. Now, I thought this would be a really fun experiment and a great way for you to open up your mind to name your price for a project like this, but also to help you understand how to line itemize everything in order to back your price and for the client to see exactly what you're charging them for. In case you're new here, I'm Sarah. I'm a content creator and creative director who wants to help you create and amplify your influence by up-leveling your personal brand, systems, and tech tools to get you there, along with sprinkling some creative business knowledge here and there as well. I've been a creative all my life and I've experienced both in front and behind the camera, which has given me that creative edge when it comes to content creation. Now, before I get into this video, remember to give this video a like, subscribe, and even share it with a friend, as I'll be sharing more videos, tutorials, and brand and content creation tips just like this. So let's get into this video. Let's start with the client and what they came to me with. Now, this was an insurance broker company who was looking to get a few interviews filmed at one of their charter school events. They wanted 2 full-length interviews between 10 to 15 minutes in length and 5 smaller videos of about 90 seconds each. In order to create those deliverables, I also needed to go shoot the interviews, which took place in Long Beach. So like with any shoot, there is pre-production, production, and post-production, and here is my breakdown of each. The pre-production phase. Pre-production, all in all, took me about 4 hours for this. In these 4 hours, I accounted for the prepping of the agreement and the email interaction, picking up and dropping off lights that I brought with me just in case I could use them and needed them, prepping my equipment like charging my batteries, cleaning lenses, prepping my camera bag with just the essentials that I needed for that shoot, and also unpacking my equipment. So all in all, that alone already took 4 hours. And if you don't count any of these pre-production items in the back of your mind, you could be losing money and initially working for a very low hourly rate. Production day. So next was the production day. So here's how I broke this down. I left at 10:30 a.m. to get to the venue for a 12 p.m. start. However, I also needed to get a test on arrival, get my badge, and then set up. Now, once I did all of that, I started filming with the client by around 1 p.m. and shot as many interviews as possible before wrapping up at 4:30. But even though it wrapped at 4:30, I didn't get home until 6:30 because I needed to load out and get my car and all of that stuff. And this is to show that even though clients might say half a day shoot, it can really end up being a full day shoot, even if you're not shooting the entire day. Now on to post-production. This is where I take all the footage I shot and start to edit it down to create the final deliverables. And importing my footage onto my hard drive alone took about 30 minutes because of the large file sizes. And even though I'm not physically working while the footage is transferring, it's still some time and it consumes your time and something to keep in mind as part of your hours. Now, the way that I broke down my editing flow was by working on 2 interviews per session, as I was working on other client videos at the time as well. Therefore, was juggling 2 projects at once. And I probably could have done all of this client's videos back to back, but with my schedule, I simply couldn't. So I broke them down into several days while sending the client first drafts as they were being finished to ensure that I was delivering them according to their deadline. Something that I also did to speed up the finalizing of the videos was sending the client full-length watermarked videos of each interview so that they could figure out which section they wanted me to edit down further as their final 90-second videos. And this really helped and eliminated me choosing a part of the interview that they perhaps didn't even want. So the entire editing process took about 17 hours, everything from importing the footage, sending the client the full-length drafts, sending them the first versions of their videos, exporting times, and sending and uploading the final videos for them to use. So as you can see from pre-production and post-production, this project took about 29 to 30 hours, give or take. So The next time that you're working with a client or on a client project, it is not just simply creating a video for XYZ. There's a lot of planning, there's a lot of communication and creating, and it all should be accounted for. And of course, you want to create the highest quality product for your client and for them to get as much value out of it as possible. But you also need to ensure that you're treating yourself well in the process. So now that you have all of this information, I am curious to know, what would you charge a client for a project with the deliverables of 2 long form videos and 5 short form videos? If there's one thing that I learned in this experience was to always start high so you can negotiate down. Because most often than not, if you tell them your price from the beginning and they accept it without flinching, then you may have just priced a little too low. Now, if you found this video useful, remember to give it a like, subscribe, and follow for more tips on content creation, tech tools and tips, branding, and so much more. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.